The following program is a Town of Colony television production of the William K. Sanford Town Library.
Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with all of you, and thank you for the kind words and warm welcome. And I truly am honored to be elected town supervisor for my 9th term. I do have to be careful I don't fall off this thing here, but again, it's great to be here. It's been a challenging 8 years for sure. But lots of progress, and I do look forward to continuing my success with the town board over the next 2 years. First, I want to thank 2 great advocates for our community, CEO Mark Egan and Chair Paula Stapera, and the Chamber directors and staff for hosting this very special event, as well as CBRE Albany and the HMS agency for sponsoring it once again. I would like to, at this time, give a shout out to my good friend, Congressman Paul Tonko. Thank you so much for being here this morning. This is, I know you're all over the place, and I don't know how you get back and forth from Washington so quickly, but it's truly an honor to have you here. I know how busy you are, as well as County Executive Dan McCoy, who also is on the go every minute. And all of the other elected officials that are here this evening. So thank you for taking the time out to be here. And I heard your comments about infrastructure with the water problems that are going on in different places, and let's hope we get some funds for that. So thank you for fighting for us. I also want to recognize one other town board member that's here today, David Rowley. Thanks, David. And this is a great opportunity for me to have this chance each year to review the town's progress with each of you. We all know that Colony is truly a great community, and I'm excited about all we have accomplished together. I was so proud, as I am sure you were too, when Colony was once again named the best suburban community in the Times-Union Readers poll. That's a huge honor to be recognized as the best community 2 years in a row, and it says a great deal about our quality of life here in Colony. Who would ever think that 8 years ago, the condition, the financial condition, and everything that we had to overcome, that 8 years later, 2 years in a row, we would be voted the best suburban community in the region. So we're very, very proud of that, and you're all a very big part of that. And we do indeed have a great quality of life here in Colony. We are ranked as one of the safest places in the nation. We have a nationally recognized EMS department. Our 12 volunteer fire departments provide an excellent response to fires and other serious incidents. And the town operates in the black and provides a full range of excellent resident services. At the same time, we have one of the region's lowest tax rates. And very importantly, we continue to experience remarkable new growth and investment, adding energy and vitality to our community. We also have outstanding schools and a very supportive and involved community. That means young people can thrive here. I raised my children here in Colony. Fortunately, my grandchildren are being raised here, and I want to be sure that all the generations to come will want to live and raise their families here. And I believe the most important part of my job as supervisor is protecting our quality of life, both for today and for the future. All of you play a huge role in what makes Colony an exceptional place to live and do business. The Times-Union poll also showed that many of the most admired businesses are right here in Colony. Thank you for the strength you bring to Colony and for adding so much variety and richness to our quality of life. We are also very fortunate to have the advocacy of our very active and involved Albany-Colonie Chamber, as well as the efforts of the Colony Chamber. I see the positive results every day. Another part of what why Colony is a great place to live is the richness of our recreational opportunities, and maintaining public green space is a very important part of that equation. Earlier this month, Colony resident Dr. Patricia Fox donated 70 acres of undeveloped land on River Road to the Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy. It will be opened as a public preserve perhaps in 2017. Dr. Fox and I have had many discussions about possible plans for this land in the past, and now Dr. Fox has made it happen. This was an incredibly generous gift, and I want to take this opportunity to extend a very grateful thanks to Dr. Fox. And as I was preparing for this morning, I thought it might be interesting to look back at my first State of the Town message in 2008. Frankly, it was like a whirlwind. I think I was in office for a week, and it was really quite interesting, but we were able to get through it. I don't know if you remember that one, Mark. I promised to address the town's serious fiscal challenges, and I did. I also wanted to see what else I'd identified as important. I said then that we would, and I quote, be aggressive in our efforts to attract and retain jobs. That's a promise I've taken very seriously, and I'm proud that over 8 years in office, we have brought thousands of new jobs to Colony. I'll address our progress with jobs in more detail later on, but first I wanted to note a truly historic passage with the retirement last year of our longtime Colony Police Chief, Stephen Hyder, and the appointment of Jonathan Teal as our new Chief of Police. As a 25-year veteran of the Colony Police Department, Chief Teal brings both continuity and new energy to the department. I'd like to take a moment to recognize Steve and introduce our new chief, John Teal. Nice job. We also saw the retirement of our library director, Richard Naylor, after many outstanding years of service, and the appointment of Evelyn Neal as our new library director. Evelyn brings with her many years of experience as a library director and makes a great addition to our truly excellent library. And she is with us today, so let's welcome Evelyn as well. Finally, speaking of retirements, my good friend, my longtime good friend, and our town controller, Craig Blair, retired at the end of 2015. Craig was an integral part of my administration from day one, and his guidance and good humor were essential in helping the town regain financial stability and helping me keep my sanity. Craig is here with us today, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize him and to also introduce our acting controller, Chris Kelsey. Thank you, Craig. Looking back at where we were in 2008, I'm very proud of what we've accomplished. By following a conservative fiscal path and reducing the cost of town government, we brought our town back from the brink of bankruptcy. And as of 2014, we had built up a fund balance of almost $3.5 million. I'd say that's pretty good since we started at zero. I'm optimistic that in the near future we will reach the $4 million fund balance recommended by New York State Controller Tom DiNapoli. This will mark a hugely important milestone for us, and I'm truly grateful to all those who have worked so hard to help me make it happen. Our conservative financial practices have also allowed us to keep our budgets low, while at the same time providing an excellent level of services. I'd like to point out that our 2016 budget of $87.3 million is less than the $91.8 million budget we inherited in 2008. To do this, we have worked consistently to find new ways to make town government cost our taxpayers less. This year, we will once again meet the requirements of the governor's tax levy cap, which actually limited our 2016 tax levy growth to less than 0.75%. And while we have successfully achieved many economies, some expenses continue to increase. So living within the cap is not without challenges for us. However, I remain committed to meeting it because I want to do whatever we can to keep our property taxes low. Incidentally, this is the 5th year we will meet the requirements of the tax cap. To meet the 2016 tax cap requirements, we also had to have in place an approved efficiency plan. Our ongoing efforts to streamline town government helped us in meeting this mandate. Going forward, we will continue to work to achieve new operational efficiencies. We will also continue to work with County Executive Dan McCoy and other municipal leaders to explore the potential for shared services. All of these efforts will be necessary to meet the tax cap's ongoing efficiency and shared services requirements in the years to come. By successfully meeting all the tax cap requirements, we've made it possible for our residents to benefit from the New York State Tax Rebate Program, both for 2015 and 2016. The 2015 rebate checks are now in the mail, and many of you may have already received them. When you get your check, please remember that without a collective willingness to rethink the way the town does business, we may not have had the rebate opportunity. And I do want to acknowledge the hard work of our town board in helping me achieve this success. As we stated, several town board members are here today. I'd like to ask them one more time to stand and be recognized, and let's give them all a show of our appreciation for their services. And speaking of shared services, Colony is now working with Albany County and the town of Bethlehem to implement a new police and emergency communication system that will allow for uniform data collection and enhance the ability of participants to communicate with each other, which this is very critical that that communication takes place. So this is going to be really great for the town. And it also has potential for significant cost savings. And our EMS department also enhanced communications last year. By installing laptops in every ambulance, EMS crews now have immediate access to dispatch call information, providing them with greater information about patient conditions before their arrival on the scene. The new system also enables enables them to transmit medical information electronically from an ambulance to the hospital, decreasing delays that can occur after the patient's arrival. We're always looking for new methods to improve our services and protect lives. As you may know, I remain very committed to funding supportive programs for both our youth and seniors, and I'm proud that the town has maintained these programs even as other municipalities have had to cut services. We must never forget that the strength of our community is dependent in part on programs that can help everyone realize their full potential. I'm also very committed to enhancing our recreational facilities. We were able to make several improvements to town facilities last year, and more improvements are planned for 2016. Last spring, we installed soft new vinyl liners for the pools at the town park, which were very, very old, and next fall we will install a new pool filtration system and pool covers. And in 2016, we are planning more improvements at the town park and also to the town's portion of the Mohawk-Hudson bike hike path. This spring, we are planning to construct a new pavilion at the town golf course, which will enhance our ability to host even more and larger golf outings there at the golf course, and thus boost our bottom line. Incidentally, we are offering ice skating and other winter sports at the golf course this year, weather permitting. When we began to put this all together, we had 60-degree weather and 50-degree weather, 70-degree weather. I'm not complaining. We're getting some cold now, so we may be able to make use of it. I'll never complain about warm weather. And last fall, we opened our second dog park on town land directly adjacent to the golf course. So now we have a dog park on the north end of town, up at Town Park, and south end of town at the in front of the golf course. In last year's State of the Town, I outlined several major long-term initiatives designed to preserve and strengthen our aging drinking water and sanitary sewer systems, which represent a huge and necessary reinvestment in these essential systems. I think as we listen to the news and see what's going on around us, we can recognize how important these investments are. They're not, very flowery or anything like that, but they truly are the basics that we can't operate without. To review very quickly, since 2014, the Latham Water District has invested $7.5 million in several major infrastructure projects. This year, it will spend $3 million to complete its renovation of the River Road High Lift Pump Station, to rehab the Osborne Road water tank, and to replace an aging water main along Route 9. At Pure Waters, our sewer plant, $10 million has been allocated so far as part of the long-term strategic infrastructure improvement plan. The biggest expenditure is for the $5.2 million rehabilitation of the Lyshkill Pump Station, expected to be completed this year. Last year, we also began our second $10 million 5-year paving and drainage improvement plan. When we began our first paving program in 2010, more than 46% of the town's roads were in need of repair or nearing the end of their useful life. So far, we have repaved 64 road miles on more than 200 roads and completed 144 major storm sewer repairs. This is great, but with 320 miles of town roads, you can see that there's still more work to be done. So we are actually in what we would say, our 7th year of our paving plan. Speaking of roads, we all know that Colony's location is one of its most outstanding and appealing features. It's easy to travel almost anywhere from here, which is a very important factor when new businesses decide to locate in Colony. Our accessibility was enhanced even further this year by the addition of JetBlue to Albany International Airport's airline lineup. I want to thank CEO John O'Donnell and the Albany Airport Authority for a job well done, as well as Senator Schumer, who came to Albany and worked with us on getting JetBlue to the area. So we're all very happy about that. And we are positioned in the region for further positive growth. Growth has been very important to the town's success throughout my tenure. Our major goal has been and will continue to be to make sure that good development is able to move forward smoothly, while at the same time maintaining an excellent quality of life for our residents. One area we will be looking at is traffic patterns and how they can be improved. As growth to the north of us continues, we have many people passing through on a daily basis to and from their workplace. We are also situated between 4 major metropolitan areas: Albany, Troy, Schenectady, and Saratoga. And about 200,000 people can pass through the day, through Colony on any given day. So we will continue to advocate for ways to mitigate traffic congestion, including advocating for the revamped Exit 4. I know we were all very pleased with last year's completion of the Northway bridges over Albany-Shaker Road, and I want to thank the New York State Department of Transportation for doing a really beautiful job with this project. This project, the impressive redesign of Exit 6, and the recently renovated Latham Traffic Circle have improved the safety of our infrastructure and greatly enhanced the beauty of our town. As you all know, we are experiencing exciting growth all over Colony. After some delays, new tenants have announced for the shops at Latham Circle, including Burlington Coat Factory, Bob's Furniture. With the existing Lowe's and the new Walmart Supercenter, I think we can finally look forward to this site returning to full viability. And it's a great improvement. As many of you know, it was sitting there for a very, very long time, and that was one of our most challenging locations to get redeveloped. At Latham Farms, Dick's Sporting Goods will be taking over the former Walmart location and adding a Dick's Field and Stream store. The combination of a sporting goods store with a Field and Stream store is a new business model for Dick's, and Colony was lucky to be chosen for one of the first sites in the region. On nearby Sparrowbush Road, Upstate Veterinary opened its beautiful new facility, greatly expanding options for pet care, specialty pet care here in Colony. We are also seeing activity, exciting activity along the eastern end of the Route 2, both in new construction and redeveloped sites. Including new construction is the ambulatory eye surgery facility at 207 Troy Schenectady Road, the Salvation Army store at 190 Troy Schenectady Road, and a new Cumberland Farm store at 211 Troy Schenectady Road. Among several redevelopment projects, the former Lennon site at 264 Troy Schenectady Road has been redeveloped for mixed and retail use, providing new life for a site long in need of a makeover. I want to stress our continuing emphasis on redevelopment projects where existing properties are being successfully renovated or rebuilt. Redevelopment has been a major and ongoing focus of my administration, and I'm proud of the many sites that have been repurposed and reborn, both beautifying our town and ensuring continued vibrant activity in our commercial corridors. All of this activity adds jobs. There's no doubt that we have created lots and lots of new jobs in 8 years. The jobs created by new businesses, by expansions of existing businesses, and by construction have yielded more than 1,000 jobs a year, every year since 2010. I think everyone understands that all the new offices, hotels, grocery stores, restaurants, and retail operations have generated lots of new jobs. But what of the high-tech and manufacturing sectors? We have actively worked to bring such jobs to Colony, and we've had some notable success. Let me take a moment to review some of the high-tech and manufacturing jobs that we helped to bring to Colony since I began this journey, starting with the decision of AngioDynamics in 2010 to locate its corporate headquarters here, bringing with it more than 100 high-tech sector jobs. Also in 2010, Precision Valve Automation relocated into a vacant manufacturing property on Mustang Avenue. The result, 175 good manufacturing jobs here in Colony. In 2013, M&G Duravent, a gas ventilation company, relocated its Albany manufacturing facility to a vacant warehouse in 120 Jupiter Lane, bringing 78 manufacturing jobs with plans to create 100 more. And in 2014, Thermo-Aura at RPI, a startup company, moved to a state-of-the-art manufacturing facility on Railroad Avenue, projecting a 5-year growth to 25 employees. And that was a young gentleman that worked with some partners. I believe this is the one where they made their discovery in their microwave at the dorm. So you never know what's going to happen, you know, when these kids go off to college. In addition, last October, Prima Loft opened its new headquarters and testing lab here, bringing 25 jobs. The same month, G&G LED, which makes LED lighting for wet environments, expanded its headquarters and manufacturing operation in Colony, announcing plans to add new jobs in 2016. Integra Optics began here in 2007, renovated its offices, added 20 new employees, and created a second startup at its Albany Airport location, all in 2015. And BestPass, which provides services to commercial trucking fleets, moved its growing workforce to larger Colony offices. Finally, according to the Business Review's 2014 Book of List, Colony is home to 6 of the region's top 25 manufacturers, including Latham International and Protective Industrial Products, and 8 of the region's top 25 technology companies are based in Colony, including AngioDynamics and Plug Power. And these are some pretty impressive employers. It's important to recognize that although we all know new jobs are coming to Colony every day, the number of high-tech and manufacturing jobs is increasing as well. We all know that these jobs provide a more stable population and a better business climate. I think you'll all agree with me that 2015 was a very good, very ambitious year for Colony. and I expect 2016 to be even better. And I'll be prepared to give you a full report next year. Thank you all for taking the time to be here this morning, and I wish everyone all the best in 2016. Thank you.